Okay, folks, this is Bill Bostic gearing up to do the Linglestown Gazette morning update. Waiting for it to show up here on Facebook Live. It's also on YouTube Live, by the way. So you have your pick. Go to Linglestown Gazette on YouTube, and you'll be able to watch this show as well. There we go. I hear the sound, so we're ready to go. All right. Here, going to start off by just showing you this. This is the show, the only show serving Lower Paxton Township, the greater Linglestown area, and all of Central Dauphin School District that focuses on local matters. Local stuff does matter, and we deal with local matters, so that's what it's all about. This is Linglestown Gazette Update. Morning update. Linglestown Gazette morning update. We're brought to you by Consolidated Insurance Services. Over there in the center of Paxtonia, 6109 Jonestown Road, 6109, behind the Carnes Food Plaza. That's where it's at. Look for the Erie Insurance sign, auto, home, life, and health insurance, I believe. 4 of them. And I'm only doing this once a week for the most part, like this, so sometimes I forget. But yeah, David Jones, longtime sponsor, thank you for your support. We're also brought to you during the primary campaign season. We have a municipal election, primary election, May 21st. The committee to re-elect Rich Mazzatesta and elect Ted Giovannis to the Central Dauphin School Board are our sponsors. They're in Region 2. Region 2. So that's what's happening there. What we have on tap today, we're going to talk a little bit about Linglestown, a little bit about the Panther Ram Foundation, some sports. Basically, this Monday report, since we're doing it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Linglestown Gazette morning update, is turning out into to sort of set the stage for the week. That's what we're going to be doing here. All the stuff happening in the local area. And we're going to kick things off with our Watchdog Report. And now that's brought to you by Kane Mortgage. And the mortgage originators at Kane Mortgage, believe it or not, have over 100 years of experience doing what they do. And they can handle any home buying situation. They actually helped out my sister-in-law, who had sort of a tricky situation that was recovering from some medical issues. Had income from a disability income policy through work, and they had to figure out a way to put together a mortgage. And darn if Kane Mortgage didn't come through. Call them at 717-541-5132. And if you want to see what Kane Mortgage is owned and operated by Kane Smelts. He was actually in the Paxton Herald. There is Kane. And what he was doing, he had a speech. Now, I've talked about that I'm willing to go out and speak to local groups. Kane apparently is willing to do that too. He talked to the Harrisburg Cedarettes about reverse mortgages. And of course, you can use a reverse mortgage to create a stream of income, especially during your retirement years. So he's an expert in reverse mortgages. Talk to Kane if you want information about that. Now, looking, of course, the Watchdog Report focuses on local government, primarily the Lower Paxton Township and Central Dauphin School Board. Let's see who's watching here. No, I think Nicole Ball might be one. Yes, good morning, Nicole. As far as this week, the Lower Paxton Township supervisors will be meeting on Tuesday evening, 7 o'clock, at the Municipal Center on Prince Street. They have a very light agenda based on my review of it. But I tell you, it never hurts to dial in and see what's going on. You can either go to the meeting directly, in person, and if you have something to talk about the supervisors, that's a good time to do it. Just keep it short and sweet and, and concise, and just tell them what's on your mind if you have a problem related to local services or something happening in local government. Or you can tune in on TV. If you have Comcast, it's Channel 21, my favorite channel. If it's Verizon Fios, it's Channel 20, I believe. Other meetings this week. Do you realize Lower Paxton Township has an arts council? and they're meeting 4 o'clock. I guess it's at the Township Municipal Center. It didn't really say online. That's Wednesday at 4. Also Wednesday, 7:15 at the Friendship Community Center, the Parks and Rec Commission will be meeting. And probably the featured thing of the week, and this has been happening throughout this year, on Thursday evening, 6 o'clock, the Lower Paxton Township Historical Commission will be holding their monthly meeting, and it's a continuation of something they did before about I think it was a African American group that had some sort of orphanage in our township, not too far away from Linglestown, I believe. So they're going to be back, and some of the people who were involved in that years and years and years ago are going to be talking. These meetings, by the way, are attracting over 50 people. I mean, the room is getting packed out, and if you miss the meetings, they do have them online on YouTube. Now, starting out today, I was talking about Rich Massatesta, Ted Giovannis running for the school board. Yes, we have a municipal primary election, May 21st. And if you want to participate, and I highly encourage that you do, you need to first register to vote. And there is a deadline. Okay, April 22nd is the last day that you can register if you're not registered at this point. And it's very, very easy these days. If you're watching this show, you can very easily register. Just go to just search for Dauphin County Elections. You'll find a website with our Dauphin County government, and you'll be able to find out where to register. I believe you can register online. But on May 21st, you're going to be voting for Lower Paxton Township supervisors, school board members, county officials. Those are the people that are up for election this time around, the primary elections. Some of the elections may be decided on May 21st because they don't have a lack of competition. One other thing related to the election, mark down April 17th. I believe it's a Wednesday, April 17th. This is when Linglestown Area Civic Association will be holding their candidates night. They hold those at Linglestown Fire Company in the main social room there in the brick firehouse, 7 o'clock. So you'll be able to meet all the candidates, find out what they're, who they are, get an eyeball on them, ask them questions, and get ready to vote on May 21st. So that's a big one. We do a lot of things here at Linglestown Gazette Sports, and one of the things I've been doing since the beginning of the year is doing, they're described in a variety of ways. Smart speaker broadcasts, like Amazon Alexa, Google Home speakers. I call them shortcasts because they're Alexa's talking to me right now. I call them shortcasts. And I do post them on Linglestown Gazette's Facebook page. So you'll find notes, but you may want to check into this, and some new things are happening. I do a daily update, which gives you a quick blast of local news. And then recently started a Central Dauphin Rams Sports Spotlight, where it gives you a look at what happened the previous day in terms of games, and then what's happening today if you want to follow local sports. So it's a great way to keep up to speed since no one else in the area is doing that anymore. I use a service called Treble FM. It's T-R-E, B as in boy, another B, L-E, F-M. You can play it on your computer. You can set it. There's instructions when you click on the information on Facebook on how to set up your smart speaker if you have one. And what's new and coming down the line, I'm testing it right now, the people at Treble FM have been working with me, and they now have a phone app that it's working fine. I'm seeking permission to be able to let you know about it. And what's cool about it is you can not only get Linglestown Gazette, but you can get New York Times, CNN, Fox News, whatever a wide variety of news sources come through this Treble FM. If you sign up and subscribe, you get a notification on your phone that there's new content there, including what's happening with Linglestown Gazette. So check out these shortcasts because it's going to be a great way very quickly to find out what's happening in our area. By the way, this is Linglestown Gazette Morning Update. I'm Bill Bostic, of course, the captain of local news. We're going to move into our community news report. And for those of you who listen regularly, this is brought to you by St. Thomas Roasters Coffee House, the capital of coffee in Lower Paxton Township in the greater Harrisburg region. They have free live music Friday and Saturday evenings, 8 till 10. The big news coming out of the weekend is a very successful fundraising event was held by the Panther Ram Foundation. Now, Nicole Ball, Crystal, Bob, you know what this is all about. Nicole, do you know what the Panther Ram Foundation is? It's a foundation that attempts to enrich the lives of Central Dauphin School District students. Both, students who go to Central Dauphin East, students who go to Central Dauphin High School, everyone, and also students who go to Dauphin County Vo-Tech from our region. So we had Crystal Bob, my co-host on this show, David Jones with Consolidated Insurance, Mike Popola, I'm probably not saying his right name, but Mike P. that works with Crystal. The four of us were there representing Linglestown Gazette. Thank goodness Crystal came along because she helped some of the auctions, raising her hand, and did buy one item. So a great addition there with Crystal. She made things a little bit livelier at the event. But they honored teachers, students, and I do have some information on Linglestown Gazette Facebook page about this. I do want to make mention that the foundation provides scholarships, these awards. They have a NutriPack program where they help provide food to food insecure homes. They send food home with elementary school students every weekend through the school year, and other things I'm probably not aware of. But they do have a golf tournament coming up May 21st, your next chance to plug into the Panther Ram Foundation. And I'm sort of been remiss in getting you information about that NutriPack program. They're looking for some volunteers. And in a way to possibly support and fund Linglestown Gazette, I purchased a card that I can win money if my three numbers come up in the lottery tonight. I have $25 I can win if 106 comes up. So it was a great fun event. I just want to let you know there is a Panther Ram Foundation. Our tax dollars don't cover everything. It seems like the foundation covers things for art students, some sports, kids who have needs at home, that kind of thing. So fill in the gaps, and people in our community are involved in that. I did want to make mention, and I should have mentioned this up front. Last week I did a short cast. I was talking about visiting Linglestown. And what struck my attention that made me mention this is I took an Uber ride. I needed a ride from here out to Euro Motors. It's out in West Hanover Township. I had my car being fixed there right on Route 22. So I dialed up Uber. A young lady showed up. She probably was in her 20s. A very nice car, small but nice. And of course I started interacting with her, and I said, are you familiar with the area? And I said something came up about coffee, and I mentioned about St. Thomas Roasters. Turns out she didn't know anything about St. Thomas Roasters. She wasn't really that familiar with Linglestown. She grew up in the city of Harrisburg. Amazing. So I went through my routine, my dog and pony show, talking about the great things happening in Linglestown. And some of you, depending on where you live, maybe you haven't visited it in a while. We have a new shop called the Gilded Lily. A stately home on the square is going to be turned into a bed and breakfast. Mellow Minded seems to be a very popular eatery. Of course, St. Thomas Roasters, Eagle Hotel. You have shops now. You have a frame shop that's been there for a while, but also Mud Queen Pottery. They're doing great things on that property. And the sidewalks are decent, so now you can walk through the village and do like a walking tour. So that's my pitch for Linglestown. And the other thing that amazes me about people in this area, I'm sure there's some of you that will listen to this broadcast who have never been inside the state capitol building in Harrisburg. Go visit Harrisburg, for gosh sakes. Lots of stuff to see right in our own backyard, including Linglestown. Want to make mention, another thing to write down, April 27th, Coons Pool has a special sign-up day. That's going to be at Hornig's Hardware from 10 a.m. until 2. So you can get discounts by signing up for Coons Pool memberships April 27th. Yeah, you want to support Linglestown Gazette because this is a nonprofit. If you like what you see here and you want to see it continue, as we move forward, we're going to need more and more help from the general public. Right now, you can go to a site called Patreon. It's P as in Paul, A, T as in Tom, REON.com/Bill Bostic. And there's a page there where you can become a patron member. We are also supported in part by Cole Performance Chiropractic. Dr. Cole has our health tip every Friday that Crystal pops in there. His office is located at Platinum Fitness in West Hanover Township. Wrapping things up here today, again, this is Linglestown Gazette Morning Update. I'm the captain of local news, Bill Bostic. We're brought to you in part by CBC Cabinetry and Flooring. This is where quality and affordability come together for all your home improvement needs. We're going to wrap up with the Tonino's Pizza Sports Report. Tonino's Pizza, home of the Margarita Pizza, located on Progress Avenue across from Susquehanna Township High School. I tell you what, check out the Central Dauphin Rams Sports Spotlight, the shortcast I'm talking about, the big news coming out of the weekend. Both lacrosse teams won, boys and girls. There's information on Linglestown Gazette for that. Linglestown Gazette Sports. Also, there was a no-hitter. Sam Gress in girls softball threw a no-hitter in a 4-0 win over a team out of Berks County, Brandywine Heights. That was on Saturday. Linglestown Gazette Sports, our sports director Joe Gilloway and a crack crew of consultants will be issuing this week the Fab 15. 15 top boys and girls in basketball locally are going to be announced. Wearing the Fat Man Clothing Company.com fleece today. And just want to make mention, in case I forget about it, I probably won't forget about it on Wednesday, but Thursday is opening day for the Harrisburg Senators at First National Bank Park. Game time 6:30 against Bowie. And they're giving away, the first 2013 and older get a t-shirt. And that about does it, folks. One more show in the can. This is Bill Bostic, your wannabe Walter Cronkite and captain of local news, signing off for Consolidated Insurance Services and school board candidates Rich Mazzatesta and Ted Giovannis. Have yourselves a great Monday. We'll be back Wednesday, hopefully with Crystal Ball, but one way or the other, we'll be here if the creek does not flood and a snowstorm does not arrive or something like that. See you later. Have a great Monday.